Hi, I'm Kate Haggerty, CEO and founder of Soul Purpose, and welcome to my weekly video, which I call a Soul Purpose Snippet. This week's topic is on what I call experiencing the flame under your butt. Yes, I said experiencing the flame under your butt. So what do I mean when I talk about that? There are 4 ages or transitions, age frames, transition points that each of us go through. Whether we know it or not, whether we're paying attention or not, does not mean that we don't go through them. We all do. So let's go over each of the 4s so you understand the difference and then can maybe make some sense of things that have happened in your own life. So the first one is called your first Saturn return, and it happens between like 27, 28, 29 years old. This is your first wake-up call to realizing that your life is yours and that you need to and will be making your own decisions, and they will be separate from what your family or friends might think you should do. So it's kind of the first wake-up call of realizing, wow, this is my life and I'm going to be making my own decisions. And they may not always have the approval of the people closest to me. The next transition point is from age 40 to 43. And during that time frame, we really go inward. We start to question, what do I believe spiritually? What do I stand for? Who do I want to have in my life? And one of the biggest things that shifts is we don't care as much about having approval and applause from the outside world. This is very much a going inward time. When we get to, so I'll give an example. So somebody from 40 to 43, say they've been in a family business for their whole career, but they've always wanted to go to med school. Somebody at this stage might decide, you know what, I'm going to med school. Or they might be in a relationship that just is not working. They've tried, they've gone to counseling, they've done everything, and they just are gonna leave it. It might be an opportunity to move somewhere that they've always wanted to move. So these transition points are not always going to be negative or positive, but they're significant and they will get your attention because they are all designed to move us forward in life, to keep us from playing small and to get us on our path and on our purpose and to have us be sharing our gifts with the world. So the third one of the 4th is called Chiron return, and that's spelled Chiron, and it happens at 50. So where Uranus opposition from 40 to 43 was more about going inward and really getting in touch with what we believe and feel there, Chiron return is about balancing the outside world and the inside. And at this point, if you've missed what I like to call nudges or a little help from the universe, if you've missed those, this is often where I'll start to see some health challenges with people. Because let's face it, if you have ended up on your hands and knees or flat on your back, and I've seen it literally, like people in the hospital, you will eventually arrive at that question of, what am I doing with my life? What am I doing with my life? And that's why it happens. And so that is what can often show up at 50. So for me, I will share that on my 50th birthday, I was out celebrating, and the next day I came into the office. Yes, I was still clutching corporate America, because after the drama that I had gone through, the trauma of the multi-level marketing experience that was not good for me, there was never going to be enough money in the bank for me to feel like I could go. And so I was like, should I go? Should I go? Shouldn't I go? When? How? And I had all these hemming and hawing questions. When you don't make a move, you will be helped along. So 50th birthday, out celebrating, next day, come into the office. Guess what? We're doing layoffs. So I was laid off, and it was kind of the final shove of stop, messing around. This isn't what you're supposed to be doing anymore. So from that point forward, I've been 110% into soul purpose. So if people say, if you're wondering, what is soul purpose and what does this Kate Haggerty woman do? I am a life purpose guide, and I help professional women. I specialize in helping professional women who are in corporate America. They've been there a while, so I'd say they're seasoned, sometimes they're in management, and they've reached a spot in their career where they just know, this is not it. I know I'm supposed to be doing something else. I know I'm supposed to be doing something bigger. I feel called to do something on a more heart-based level, but I don't know what it is and I don't know how to figure it out. So that's what I help women do because I lived it. I combine the experience I had of it happening to me along with being a 3-time certified coach. And then I'm intuitively gifted, so I combine all of those things together to create a personalized program for each person that I work with. So that's a little bit about what Soul Purpose is and what I do. Now, the 4th transition point is called Second Saturn Return. This happens around 57, 58, 59. For people that arrive here, having missed the nudges, the signs, they are often pretty unhappy. And what can be tough around this age is even though people want to make the change, they may like the idea of it more than actually making the change because it's a little later in life. Now, if you're 60, 62, 70, and you haven't made those changes, it doesn't mean you can't. It just means that you've missed those nudges along the way. So those are the 4 transition points. Each time you hit one, the flame under your rear end goes up a little more, it gets a little hotter to move along, to get on your path, to share your gifts with the world. So quick recap, first Saturn return from 27 to 29, Uranus opposition from 40 to 43, Chiron return at 50, and at 57, 58, 59, your second Saturn return. I hope this has been helpful to you, and it might have helped you make some sense out of things that have happened to you, or maybe help you prep for the future. If you'd like to know more about these transition points, you can go to my website and check for this under my blog. So my website is soulpurpose.biz, and that's SOULPURPOSE. Yes, it's Soul Purpose, SOULPURPOSE.biz. Hello. And you will be able to see my blogs and this in more detail. Like I said, I hope this has been helpful and that you'll join me next week, where our topic is going to be signs. That all of us get signs. We get signs of things to help us along, to encourage us, to help clarify decisions and direction, but we're not always noticing them. So I'm going to share some examples and then encourage you guys to think about the signs that maybe you've seen and or that you've missed, and start to watch so that when you step out of the house every day, you step out with a different perspective. So I'm Kate Haggerty. This is Soul Purpose Snippet. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next Wednesday.